You have not arrived here by chance. The invisible threads of destiny, the ones that only move when the guides command it, have placed you directly before this message at the precise moment your soul requested it. There are vibrations that cross time, signs that push through your doubts, and today, Virgo, one of those signs has come to knock on your spiritual door. Listen to every word as if it were handed to you, because let me assure you, no one arrives at this reading without being summoned from realms the human mind can barely comprehend. This is not coincidence. It is a calling. And now I begin to spread the cards before you, and they already tremble with an unsettling whisper. Between my hands emerges the first phrase, the hidden key within the mist of this horoscope, unfolding like a prophecy, soft yet firm at the same time. Only the one who dares to look at their shadow finds the key to their light. That is the essence that will govern everything you are about to hear. This is the guiding phrase for you, Virgo. And later it will reveal its deeper meaning when the climax of this reading strikes like lightning upon water. And as I bring my hands closer to the deck, I feel a stirring that forces me to say something with urgency. Listen carefully to this warning. Stay until the end, Virgo, because today, yes, today, something that seemed dormant in your destiny will awaken. Do not ignore it. Do not close this door before it's time. There is a twist coming within these cards, and it could alter the energetic direction of the next 24 hours of your life. I sense it, I see it, I hear it as an insistent echo. And now that you are fully within this energy, I take you deeper into the reading. Your hidden enemies, Virgo, have begun to move. They are not always people. Sometimes they are embedded thoughts, words others left hanging in your memory, wounds that never healed and disguised themselves as calm. I see shadows walking behind you, disguised as doubts, delays, injustices. But I also see a force that has begun to grow within you, a pale flame that is slowly strengthening. You are entering a phase where your steps become firmer and your intuition sharper, almost prophetic. You begin to feel before you see, to sense before you act, to decode vibrations that previously slipped through your fingers. The energy shows me a divided path. On one side, doors that slammed shut, leaving a metallic echo that still resonates in your emotions. On the other side, new routes illuminated with a cold, nearly white light inviting you to keep moving forward. This reading cuts through your present like a lightning bolt slicing the night. And as it does, I hear a question the universe throws directly at you. How much longer will you deny yourself what you deserve? How much longer will you carry chains that were never yours? Throughout your life, Virgo, you have allowed external voices to dim your own conviction. That was your greatest enemy, your lack of faith in your own precision. But today, the universe wants you to repeat, like a sacred decree, the phrase that emerged from the cards and will accompany you until your bad streaks break. I release what is no longer mine. This phrase is an energetic command, a thread of light connecting you to a cleaner version of your destiny. I will ask you to repeat it 3 times throughout this reading. This is the first. I release what is no longer mine. If you are hearing this, Virgo, write the following phrase in the comments to seal the message. Today I allow clarity to find me. Do not write it as empty words. Write it as a silent pact between you and the guiding energy. And as you write it, feel a symbolic portal open. Every person who leaves a decree in a public space leaves an energetic imprint that multiplies its strength. Now, as I continue laying out the cards, I feel an energy rising from your heart chakra, a call toward divine justice. What was done to you, Virgo, I know, it was not fair. Some of your efforts went unrecognized. Some people took more from you than they should have. Others arrived wearing perfect masks, offering support when in reality they were tests disguised as gifts. This reading reveals that your guides have witnessed everything, every detail, every held-back tear, every word you swallowed to avoid conflict, every sacrifice you made for love, loyalty, or fear. Nothing went unrecorded. And now the scales begin to tip in your favor. In this part of the horoscope, the cards show the advance of a new cycle. It is the deep development, the expansion of what began as a whisper and now becomes a firm truth. You are emerging from a phase where the energy felt closed, repetitive, suffocating even. This transition may feel like pulling ancient roots that no longer belong in your soil. Nostalgia and confusion are normal, but necessary. You are entering a spiritual awakening that not everyone experiences consciously. The universe keeps repeating that it is not punishing you. It is aligning you. It is forcing you to release what no longer matches your vibration. That is why in recent months you may have felt people drift away without explanation, doors shut abruptly, or situations that once seemed stable suddenly falter. It was not loss, Virgo. It was divine selection. And now we move to a decisive point in this reading, the climax. A card slides out of the deck on its own, almost as if an invisible hand pushed it. Virgo, the Tower has appeared. But before your mind jumps to chaos, listen. In your reading, this card does not announce destruction, it announces liberation. It marks the final collapse of what held you back. It means that today, not tomorrow, energy restructures itself, knocking down old walls so the light can enter without obstruction. This card aligns directly with the key phrase from the beginning. Only the one who dares to look at their shadow finds the key to their light. Here is the twist I mentioned. Here is the revelation. What looked like a misfortune was actually spiritual cleansing. What looked like injustice was protection. What looked like delay was restructuring. Virgo, this is your tower falling so you can finally see the horizon without walls. And as this card reveals the hidden, I give you your decree once again. I release what is no longer mine. The universe wants you to be an active participant in your transformation. To move your energy, open your paths. So if this reading is touching you, if you feel warmth, cold, tingling, clarity, commit yourself energetically. Give the video a like as a symbolic gesture of gratitude for receiving these signs. It is not a banal action. It is an energetic offering, a way of showing the universe that you are open to more guidance, more messages, more alignment. Now we move forward. In love, Virgo, your emotional world is awakening differently. This reading shows encounters that will not be coincidental, but deeply significant. People who arrive with a familiar energy, as if you had spoken with them in another life. There is also inner reconciliation. You stop punishing yourself, stop demanding perfection, stop placing yourself last. And once that happens, you attract a more sincere and balanced relationship. In money, the cards show openings that took time to manifest but now activate strongly. Projects wake up. Blocked opportunities begin to move. Your work connections evolve. Some end so better ones can begin. In work, clarity arrives. Intuition and logic merge. Opportunities appear suddenly. Calls arrive unexpectedly. Proposals require courage. Spiritually, you are reborn. Your aura cleanses, expands, strengthens. New guides appear in your energetic field. Your color of power is deep blue. Wisdom, clarity, protection. Your lucky numbers, 6, 14, 22, 30. The energy surrounding this continuation of your reading, Virgo, arrives with a clarity so sharp it feels like opening a window after a long night. As if the universe, now that you've broken through the first layer of shadows, wanted to give you a deeper truth. Do not think you are here by mistake. If these words have reached you, it is because a higher intelligence, an order that moves beyond human logic, decided your soul was ready for this second part. Synchronicity doesn't fail, Virgo. It never fails when destiny is weaving something important. And now, as I re-enter the prophetic vibration surrounding these cards, the essence that guided the beginning returns once more. Only the one who dares to look at their shadow finds the key to their light. This phrase is the Titan thread running through every word, and when we reach the end of this part, its echo will carry an even deeper meaning within you. This reading begins with a spiritual warning stronger than the one before. Virgo, silent movements are happening around you. Not physical threats, but vibrations aimed at distracting you from your path. Thoughts that aren't really yours. Emotions that don't come from your core but were planted by external influences. The reading shows that recently someone tried to plant doubt in your heart, through subtle words, disguised concern, or even glances carrying a shadow of envy. But listen with the calm of someone who has already awakened. Those shadows have no power unless you give them room. The energy asks you to be more deliberate about who you allow into your circles. You are sensitive, Virgo, but not vulnerable. Open, but not unprotected. This stage of your life requires spiritual precision. As I close my eyes to feel your energetic field, I hear an inner echo repeating like a bell. Why do you doubt yourself right at the moment your destiny is about to change? This question doesn't come from me. It comes from your guides, from the sacred space where your next opportunities are already being prepared. And before we move forward, repeat your decree silently, the luminous thread that has followed you since the beginning. I release what is no longer mine. Now, Virgo, we enter the deeper development of this reading. This part reveals the growth you are beginning to experience, even if you don't notice it yet. The cards show you are going through a phase where the universe is making internal adjustments. It is no coincidence if in recent days you have felt emotional exhaustion, the urge to isolate yourself, or sudden clarity upon waking. All of that is part of an energetic cleansing you have needed for a long time. This is where the reading shows me the image of chains breaking slowly. Some chains were made of inherited fears, others were habits you repeated without questioning, and others were loyalties that kept you from moving forward. Virgo, you are so loyal that sometimes you carry weights that were never yours. But life is teaching you now that misplaced loyalty can become a prison. At this point, the cards reveal something important. A figure who has accompanied you for years will soon reveal their true impact on your life. Not necessarily betrayal, but revelation. This person, without intending to, will show you who they truly are energetically. Some bonds will strengthen, others will dissolve like smoke. But do not fear, Virgo, because whatever falls away during this phase is falling away by divine order. As the reading advances, a powerful vision appears, a massive, radiant scale descending before you. This scale represents divine justice, and its message is clear and forceful. You are entering a period where what you gave will return multiplied, where what you did in silence will be acknowledged, where the seeds of effort that once seemed fruitless will finally bloom. Virgo, listen. Your hands have sown more than the world saw. Your nights of worry, your correct choices even when no one applauded them, your sacrifices for others, all of it has a return. No one is left without harvest before the universe. No one. And from within that luminous vision, a question resounds like a gentle thunder. Are you ready to receive what is yours, or will you continue doubting when abundance knocks on your door? Now I ask you to write the following phrase in the comments. A signal to the universe. Today I recognize what I deserve. This phrase is an energetic magnet, a spiritual beacon declaring your readiness. And immediately after writing it, Virgo, reaffirm your commitment. Give the video a like as a gesture of openness, as a symbolic way of thanking the universe for allowing you to access this sacred message. That single action becomes a ritual, a bridge between your intention and the energy you want to attract. Do not see it as something trivial. Think of it as a modern energetic offering. Let's move into the emotional heart of this second part. Love for Virgo enters a phase of deep rebalancing. The reading shows that many of your relationships have been disguised lessons. People who arrived with light but brought teachings. You were not naive. You were brave. You opened your heart knowing you could be hurt. And that, Virgo, is an act of nobility. But now the cards announce something different. A love that does not compete with your peace, that doesn't drain your energy, that doesn't require masks. A love that recognizes your depth, understands your meticulous way of feeling, embraces you without judgment or rush. This love may come from someone new, or from someone returning healed. What matters is that you will be ready to receive it. Financially, Virgo, abundance begins to unfold in direct ways. A recommendation leads to an opportunity, a message arrives unexpectedly, a previously closed door opens for no apparent reason. This financial movement brings relief, like finally taking a deep breath after years of tightening your chest. The cards show recognition at work, whether through a raise, a proposal, a personal project thriving, or a partnership that changes your trajectory. The coming days hold decisions requiring courage. But you are ready. Spiritually, this second part marks a turning point. Your intuition expands. Your dreams bring messages. Signs multiply. Repeating numbers, feathers, flashes of light, sudden insights. You're not imagining anything. You are being guided. As this reading deepens, one card leaps forward with powerful force, marking the climax of this second part. The Star. Virgo, this card symbolizes renewed hope, divine guidance, blessings flowing directly to you. It is rebirth after the Tower, calm after the storm, the light that appears when you thought the path was lost. Here, Virgo, the prophecy announced at the beginning fulfills itself. The hidden meaning of the guiding phrase becomes clear. Your shadow wasn't an enemy, it was a doorway. Everything you faced, everything that hurt, everything that shook you was purification. And now the light settles over your life with blinding clarity. So as the star shines, your decree returns once more, this time as a pact. I release what is no longer mine. Virgo, as I activate the energy of this final part, I feel a different vibration, stronger, almost like a pulse cutting through the air. If you are hearing this, if you are reading these words, it is because a higher force decided you were worthy of receiving the conclusion of this sacred message. Nothing you have heard so far was coincidence. Everything was a summons. A call that recognizes you, honors you, prepares you. And now that you enter this final stretch, I ask you to open your heart as if opening a door at dawn after a storm. The light that is about to arrive is stronger than you imagine. The phrase that guided this entire reading returns one last time, closing the cycle like a perfect circle. Only the one who dares to look at their shadow finds the key to their light. A phrase that, at first, seemed mysterious, but now, after everything you've walked through in this message, carries a meaning that has already begun to transform within you. Before we continue, one last spiritual warning arrives with force. Virgo, something is about to be revealed in your environment. It is not negative, but it is crucial. It is a truth that has been hidden. Someone close to you kept silent out of fear, shame, or personal interest. That truth will surface in the coming days. It will be like a lighthouse turning on in a dark room, allowing you to see what had always been there. It will not break you. It will free you. Divine justice always arrives, Virgo, always, and now it comes to your door with firm, unmistakable steps. The cards show that this revelation will not weaken you. It will liberate you. It is as if one of the oldest chains you've carried suddenly disintegrates. This liberation will affect not only your emotions but also your self-perception. You will feel lighter, more awake, more conscious. And as this energy pushes forward, I ask you to repeat, for the final time in this reading, your sacred decree. I release what is no longer mine. This phrase is not an ornament. It has been opening invisible pathways inside you since part 1. And now, said at this exact moment, it becomes a final seal of cleansing. We now enter the deepest and most decisive development of this last section. Virgo, the universe is repositioning your steps. What once felt slow, confusing, or stuck will now move with a flow so smooth it may feel miraculous. This is the stage where what broke is restored, where what dimmed is illuminated, where what felt weak is strengthened. The cards reveal powerful imagery, a melting clock, representing that the time you believed you lost was never lost, an open door in a golden field, symbolizing opportunities arriving unannounced, and a luminous figure walking forward, you, Virgo, reborn from your own center. And here comes the question the universe whispers with firmness. Are you willing to move forward without looking back? The past has fulfilled its role. What hurt you has already transformed you. What held you back has already made you stronger. This reading invites you to take a step forward without carrying what belongs only to memory. Remember, light cannot enter where space is still occupied by old shadows. Emotionally, the cards show a definitive shift. Virgo, you are entering one of the most harmonious stages of your love life. It doesn't matter whether you are single, in a relationship, or healing. Love is coming in new, mature, conscious, and genuine forms. If you are single, I see an encounter that will not be accidental. A connection with a clean energy, deep, familiar. Someone who recognizes you from the very first exchange of words. Not someone who brings confusion, but someone who brings peace. If you are in a relationship, the reading reveals an overdue conversation that will unlock an emotional channel that has been closed for a long time. This conversation will be healing, soothing, clarifying. If you are going through heartbreak or separation, relief, not repetition, is what awaits you. You will not relive the same pain. You will not love again from deficiency, but from fullness. Here, Virgo, I ask you to write the following phrase in the comments, a decree of self-love. Today I open myself to the love I deserve. Write it not as a plea, but as a firm declaration. And when you do, leave your energetic imprint by giving the message a like, an act that symbolically shows gratitude to the universe for aligning your path. Financially, this third part shows a clear rise, expansion, growth, stability. Expect good news, an opportunity, a project flourishing, delayed money finally arriving, or recognition that unlocks new paths. Your analytical mind will be your greatest ally. Trust your reasoning, your plans, your practical intuition. Abundance is on its way. And now comes the most powerful moment of the entire reading, the final climax. A card leaps out with an intensity rarely seen, the Sun. Virgo, this is the card of victory, rebirth, expansion, abundance, authenticity, love, and clarity. It confirms that everything you lived through was preparation for this moment. The Sun announces success, healing, brightness, blessings so evident that even those who once doubted you will witness your rise. This card symbolizes divine justice taking form through triumph. Nothing that was taken from you will be lost. Everything returns transformed and multiplied. Virgo, this card declares the end of your misfortune, the closure of dark cycles, the breaking of your deepest chains. Your season of harvest begins now. You earned it. You endured it. You waited for it. And now, finally, it arrives. The spiritual energy surrounding you in this final part is strong, like a luminous embrace from your guides. They stand beside you, clearing your path, protecting you. If in the coming days you feel chills, warmth in your hands, vivid dreams, or repeated synchronicities, do not doubt it. Those are signs of their presence. Your final power color is radiant gold, symbol of victory, enlightenment, and abundance. Your lucky numbers for this closing stage: 3, 12, 21, 33, 40, each tied to expansion, culmination, and success. Virgo, this reading ends, but your rebirth is only beginning. Before I say goodbye, keep this phrase close. Your light was never small. It was simply waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. Thank you for allowing this message to reach you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for opening your soul.